Hi. We're Girl Talk with Girl Spot, and I swear we don't condone murdering of any kind. Yeah?
For legal reasons, this is a joke.
Any talk of murder is a joke for legal purposes. Yeah? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. But hi. I'm
Want to do the introduction?
Yeah. I'm our final kiss.
I'm Oracle Arcana.
I'm TimelessStorm.
And we do things on a podcast once a month, and we're always late. Yeah?
I mean,
it is my fault.
Fair,
it was my fault this time. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, technically it's my fault that we were late, because I was sick last week.
That's fair too.
And also this time, I'm not in my normal location, if that's kind of not obvious. I'm currently still on vacation.
I mean, sometimes you just need to work on vacation.
But also, we had to get this done.
Thou shalt not kill people.
I haven't gone away in 3 years.
I'm pretty sure that's a commandment, Penny. Well done. I'm proud of you.
Yay!
I'm proud of you. As you can tell, this episode is not done in Discord. We are doing the next 3 live for your entertainment because they're big topics.
And my cutout from here or there.
It's not horrible, but we can tell. So I am really excited about the next one. So before we get into it, our next podcast in September is going to be on conspiracy theories. I think everyone's really excited about this one, like really excited. And then the one after that is going to be on mental health. So all very important topics. You're not excited? Fuck out of here, Penny. Get out.
Friday's your vacation to my house.
You're excited for mental health. I know you're excited. We're excited to have you on the show to talk about mental health.
We are. That's a big topic. That's going to be a really
Yeah. But for now, today, we're talking about religion. Dun dun dun.
That's always a fun topic.
Raz, don't lie. I know you kill people. Don't lie. Listen, we have had many conversations in the GSG Discord where I'm pretty sure 75% of you guys who are in it could hide a body if necessary. Like, I don't know if I should be proud or disturbed. I'm going to go with proud because I am one of them. I'm one of them, so I'm kind of proud.
I'd be pretty proud.
Let's talk about our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
But yeah,
I would be very proud.
I am proud. I am proud that our Discord family can hide a body if necessary. So, you know, if y'all have problems, just come on over to GSG, and I guarantee we all have shovels and shit.
We're family, we have each other's backs.
As much murder TV as I watch, and considering one of my best friends is, and the thing that her family has run for 20 plus years, yeah, I don't think there's any body.
Timeless has a very large garden. Do you have pigs, Timeless? We just need a hog, like a nice, good, fat hog, and you can dispose of some bodies. Again, for legal purposes, this is a joke. Try shaving for fuck's
some
What? Large.
Data, please.
My God, I can't.
I'm honestly surprised Brian didn't have a comment to say to that.
You know,
I'm not watching.
I was a little surprised as well, to be honest.
Yeah.
Oh my God. All right, where are we starting with this one? This is a big one too.
Let's start light.
Light?
Really big one, but
it's
not heavy. It's, for all its religion, it's actually not all that. It's actually our outline for this for this month is actually compared to our last month's one.
I feel
I
like
just know how we can go on tangents about things.
I
so
was
we
gonna
should
say I
start
feel like
with
we
like
Yeah,
video games that have religion, and then delve more into
this is true.
non-video
So,
game stuff with
with-
religion.
I would say we should probably start with the one that's not a massive franchise.
before we talk about religion and video games, let's touch upon our Blizzard comments that we have, and then we can delve into some religious
Do
games.
we want to talk about that?
Just a little update. They did shitty things. They fired some people. They're trying to revamp.
They're changing names in
Well,
They're changing
things
names.
and people in games.
supposedly
they're
they're
changing-
changing.
They've already changed names.
Supposedly,
They
Haven't
put out
they?
official announcements about it.
Yeah, they've
They're
already-
changing Bree's name in Overwatch,
I did see that.
and then
But
they're
that's a
changing.
That's the whole thing of too little, too late, and it's just putting a pretty paint over a growing problem.
But they're
That is my
taking
opinion.
steps. That's what we can assume anyway. They're getting rid of people who, as far as we know, were involved, and they're attempting. Yes, it's kind of a band-aid, but it's also they're trying, and they're still going through the lawsuit as it stands right now.
Still gonna hold off on my personal playing of Blizzard Activision games until we see where this goes further. That's my choice. And other people are gonna do different things, and that's okay.
I
Yeah,
think I'm the one in here that is not. I don't play a lot of them. I play literally once a week with Penny. But
I
Yeah,
haven't
the fun
played,
game. Get it.
but I mean, to be
I
fair,
actually did reinstall Diablo, to be honest.
I hadn't even touched the games either on PS4 or on PC, and I don't even know how long, probably since the last time we practiced for the Overwatch tournament. But that's also because I have a very short attention span of the games. I can have an interesting game for a week and then go wee off in left field.
I did
Which is
actually,
also-
after uninstalling Diablo, I reinstalled it because I do like playing games with Brian and you guys when the opportunity comes up. So that one I do have installed.
Follow me.
I will be stealing your husband to power level me at some point.
I know. I'll probably jump in on that if I'm
Yes!
not doing
Do
the
it.
work.
Do it. We're not taking the time. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Is that better?
Yeah.
I turned them both up.
Plus, like, in the case of Diablo, like, that's one that's already been paid for. You've already given Blizzard your money. So if you choose to keep playing it, like, you're not actively
So-
giving them money.
That's not the reason that I'm still playing. The reason that I didn't stop playing is because I've seen a couple of people talk about this, and I think they're on the right track. So if you boycott a company, right? I'm not saying that it's not going to do anything. It's obviously making them pay attention. But when they start losing sales and they have to start cutting people, who do you think's the first people who are going to go? The people who they had problems with. And they will make any reason to get rid of them. So it's kind of like a rock and a hard place, whether you don't play or you do play for the right reasons or not the right, Samurai. You're going to play Val with Timeless, but you won't play Valorant with me? Fuck off.
Oh, honestly, Dada, the problem is that I don't have a way of turning my mic up because I'm using headphones because I'm not in my normal setup, which I think so I'm on vacation and I don't have my mic, I don't have my normal headphones, I don't have that. I have Apple. That's about all I've got with that.
I turned you up. It's okay.
Yeah. The other thing, I mean, I'm not in my normal mind, but I don't have a normal mind to begin with.
What's a normal mind? I thought Ark was going to
We-
stand.
What's normal?
Exactly.
I don't like any of
The
you bitches if you were normal,
other-
sorry.
No, that's fair. The other thing that we should probably mention is our, at least in a very briefest sense of it, our own personal views on religion, so we don't demonstrate a bias.
That's fair. I'll go last.
Timeless, is yours straightforward?
Like, I know what my opinions on religion are, if that's what you mean.
If you didn't know your opinion, I'd be very, very confused.
Yeah.
Look, people can change their mind about things.
They can,
I'll
and that's
go
why
first.
it's an opinion.
So, I was raised Christian, but not like super strict Christian. Like, I've never done the church thing, but I did choose to get baptized. I think it was my senior year in high school. But I'm not. A lot of Christians today give real Christians, I'm gonna say, a bad name. With the whole, just so many people that say they're Christians are filled with hate. And that is not very Christian of them. But honestly, like, these days I find myself leaning more towards maybe paganism or something. Because I know I could be wrong. Christianity could be wrong. I don't know what the right religion is. And so I'm not gonna say, like, this is the one true religion. Like, I don't think anyone is necessarily wrong, because nobody really knows. And everyone should be allowed to believe what they believe, as long as it's not hurting anybody.
Fair enough.
And I just want to comment that Data and Penny are singing Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yep, they are. So, the thing with religion is that there is no one right religion. What's right for you isn't gonna be right for someone. Now, my own personal views, I was born. No, I can't say born it. My family and religion kind of always weird. I was raised non-practicing Catholic most of my life. I think we visited a church once or twice with neighbors when I was like before I was 10, and that was the last time we really were in church. I've never been baptized because it didn't frankly interest me. And then as I got older, the more I thought about it, the more I was just like, this does not suit. It doesn't feel correct for me to be practicing religion. Because I did look into Christianity, and I went to church once or twice with my boyfriend at the time. And then I was like, no, Christian church just is not. And then I started researching Wicca, witchcraft, paganism. You can see where this is kind of going with that. Today I am a eclectic pagan who has 3 deities that they follow, one of which is the fucking trickster himself, Loki, and the other 2 I'm pretty sure are Hecate and I think Katie is the other big one. That's
Why does none of that surprise me?
no. It could also there could be a 4th one that likes to hang around, and the 4th one's the one that's kind of just like, I don't know which one you are, because it could either be the Morgan or it could be fucking Odin.
I mean,
And I don't know which one would be worse at this point. Neither of which are an option that is great to me. But I wouldn't be shocked if it was either of them because of things that I write within my book with my buddy, and it's like, yeah, there's a reason you're fucking around if it's one or both. Please don't let it be both. Anyway, That's me. Your turn, Kiss.
So my mom was brought up in a Catholic cult, and I mean that in every sense of the word. She actually left her mom's house. She moved out when she was 18 because of this. So when I say cult, I mean they were not allowed to participate in school sports, activities, nothing. They had to do it for the church. They weren't allowed to wear makeup or pants to church. They had to wear skirts. They weren't, all that fun stuff. So when she was 18, she left, and she refused to raise us that way. She didn't push religion on us, but when I was a kid, I did go to like church with my best friend when we were like younger. I believed in Catholicism for a long time until probably my dad died. I lost a lot of faith when my dad died. And then I kind of just floated in between things. I just kind of existed. And now I'm kind of still doing the same thing. I haven't really found anything that I really have a lot of faith in. I'd rather learn about it and kind of just exist.
Cool. There's nothing wrong
I,
with that.
I love hearing about other people's religious beliefs, like beyond Christian, like the paganism thing. Like I will happily hear about that and learn about that. And
I'm sorry.
I don't know, I kind of
forkish.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna comment on it.
I think I just stroke reading it, to be honest.
I'm not gonna comment on it.
I don't know what he's saying. It's like he's trying to speak to me, I swear.
he's your boyfriend, man.
He's being facetious with the forkish thing.
I can't. Oh, honey. I don't think he's joking. He's just being an asshat.
Pretty much, yes.
He's your asshat. You know that.
Hey,
right?
he is my asshat. Did you see the TikTok I posted the other day with him making funny faces about when he talks about when he watches me sleep?
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah.
That they have good food?
I believe it was Sikh temples.
Oh my god, I can't.
I mean, there is Pastafarian, an religion.
He'll go anywhere that there's food. He don't care.
No, I mean, there is the religion of Pastafarianism. That is an actual
made up to.
It was start, but it's also like Scientology. Scientology was made as a bet.
And look at it
Scientology
now.
originally in a book.
Look at it
It
now.
was based. The creator Ron L. Hubbard made a bet with someone based on that he could make people believe a religion based on a book that he wrote. Yeah.
I won't lose my shit penny. I'm just saying that I will never make you anything again.
Also, and this is the part that's so funny, guess who has the largest Scientology temples?
Is it?
Shockingly, it's not Hollywood. Despite a lot of actors and actresses being Scientologists.
I stand by that. Almost all actresses and actors and singers are Illuminati anyway, so it's fine.
I mean, that's
a fun
another
topic for the conspiracy theory episode.
I think that needs its own episode because there's so much.
I was gonna say that needs its own. That needs its own thing.
I don't want to be shot.
It's the place that has. Yeah, I think. Don't quote me on that. I actually have to do the research on it again. The state that has the largest Scientology temple is Florida, which should not be shocking.
It's not. I really think we should just detonate Florida right off the U.S. Sorry, Ark.
Please
We'll
don't.
get Ark and Smitten out of Florida first,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
then we can detonate it.
Please don't.
It's a joke. For legal reasons.
Always for legal reasons. Okay, where are we at now? We all have.
We're
I'm
just
honestly, I think Data mentioned this, and it was already too late because we already had everything kind of planned out. But I would have liked to have somebody who is an open-minded, like, Christian or an open-minded Catholic to be on this episode. But I feel like that would have been such a big feat to find somebody who wouldn't be like, no, stop, that's wrong. No, stop. Okay.
would've been
My
interesting.
mother-in-law is a former Methodist pastor, and she is very open-minded. She's
Brian's
got band practice tonight. Yeah, Brian's mom.
Oh,
And
shit.
she's super open-minded about everything, and she like recognizes like the Bible is like not
It's fallible.
didn't necessarily really happen, you know, and it's lessons. It's a book of lessons. It's not a book of things that happened.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
I don't think that it all didn't happen. I can admit that something. I believe in paranormal. I can't say that things did not
Well, no,
happen.
I'm positive that like I'm sure things in it did happen, but like a lot of the stories in there
Yeah,
are
lessons.
that.
Yeah, they're lessons.
Well, and I mean, realistically, for a lot of the events to have taken place in the Bible the way they did, that would mean, for example, from Genesis, that would mean that Cain and Abel had to have sex with their mother
It
to
was
have
a-
their children.
It was a long time ago. I mean, do you really?
But I'm just,
People are still. Okay, did you all watch 12 minutes when I finished it? No, Timeless did not because she was doing D&D. Did you see what happened? Do we want to talk about that for a second? The man was married to his sister.
do what now?
Yeah, it happens.
I haven't been on.
Ada was telling me about that.
Oh my God.
Was there
This is-
siblings?
Yeah, total
Oh,
tangents.
yeah.
So we played 12 minutes, and a cop comes and basically murders you while trying to get something off your wife, and then it's just a constant loop. You have to figure out why and what happened and blah 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 blah, and then you find out down the line that he is her brother. He married his sister and killed their father. Yeah, I literally was just like, what? Wait, what?
I was so disappointed I didn't get to see the end of that.
You should have seen my face because when they mentioned the mother, he goes, Talia, my mother, and he has this whole freak out, and it resets the loop, and I'm like, his mother? So does that mean oh my God, he is the brother. I totally missed it.
I'm of the same opinion as Data with this. I believe that there is a man who was called Jesus, and he had a massive influence in the world. I believe that, I don't know necessarily about the whole thing of water or wine, but you know, that's not there. But
He was just using 3D
overall-
software. It's fine.
overall, his story, I believe that for the most part has some truth to it, and that he was crucified for trying to help. I don't.
Is that a fluffy cat
I
tail?
also think, yes, it is. I think Jesus would definitely be a liberal today.
Oh, he
And-
would.
I definitely
What
think
was
Jesus would be very disappointed in this entire world today.
Okay, this is gonna sound really fucking dumb, but the entire reason that he was put to death, wasn't it because he was basically trying to get everyone to be kind to each other? Is that basically what that was?
I think so. I can go get my mother-in-law and ask her. She has a lot of knowledge.
I'm just, because I don't even remember, truth be told, he was actually, I've never actually really delved into the reading of it, and I don't really care to. Not that it's not fascinating. It is, it's just,
I read Spark Notes.
I have much more things that I would, shit. My mouse got hooked onto my book, and now I lost my No, maybe I didn't. But I have much more interesting things I'd like to read, like, the SEPA project,
Yeah.
which I'm almost done with.
It was written during the fake news era. Fun fact.
Data said, I think you need to take into account the era that was lived in, so things we take for granted today could have looked divine then. True.
Yeah, that's true. That is very true. But we'll also be getting into stuff about Jesus later. So.
Yeah.
Like about the modern perception of him being what it is, or why it is what it is.
Y'all, I still have my first ever Bible I ever got from Sunday school when I went with my best friend James. His name is James. Fun story, I lost contact with him because he moved pretty far away, and then I moved far away, and then like a couple years ago I was searching for him on Facebook, found out that he was actually friends with another friend that I just met, and we like rekindled our friendship. It was great.
That's awesome.
Yeah, his whole family is really strict religious, but I had my first Bible. I got it in 1997, 95 or 97. Still have it. Has like my little signature in it and the date I got it. Still a beautiful condition.
I actually have my mom's Bible like that.
I think I read it once. I did read Revelations a couple times. Not that I remember anything for it because my memory's shit, but I needed it for my book that I was writing.
So, now that we've kind of discussed a little bit about religion and our own personal beliefs, we should probably start talking about religion in game. I think we should probably start with the easier of the two discussed at first, which is sin, ironically enough.
I love The Sims Medieval.
My cat. Okay, my cat removed herself. She was blocking the screen.
She just
wanted
some ramen.
I miss Sims Medieval. I need to play that again. But
I
bought it. I can't play it on my MacBook.
MacBooks are dumb.
Well, it's because it doesn't support 32-bit.
Dumb. Timeless just rolled her eyes. It's dumb.
It's dumb. It is. But
I think we should start with Phasmo candles and hymns. Stop it. Stop it.
Well, actually, I hadn't even considered Phasmo, to be honest.
I mean, there is a cross in it.
There's a lot of things that are used. There's a lot of things that are used with religion and with different religions too. Because, I mean, there's a lot of stuff with paganism that they do. Like the whole thing with the sage. That's something you see with paganism, with Wicca, with witchcraft.
Yep.
Because it's important to cleanse your area, because
STDs.
You don't know what you wear. I mean...
I'm just saying.
That's a different kind of... That's a
please do not sage your no squares, okay? That's not actually what I meant. Please do not sage your no squares.
We do not use sage around our no squares.
We do not sage the no squares. I just snorted and cried. You're welcome. You're very welcome. I can just see it now. Videos on TikTok going viral. People saging their vagina. Please don't. Just don't do it. Don't do it.
Do not.
Don't tie a smudge stick. Do not tie a smudge stick to your penis and light it. Please. Just don't. It's not going to work. Just don't do it.
I mean, if you're dumb enough to do that, then you might not be able to reproduce anymore, and that's probably for the best.
Can I say no? No. For fuck's sake. For fuck's sakes. Oh my god.
Oh goodness. But yeah, there's a lot of religious, not necessarily ornament, but there's a lot of stuff from Phasmo that does have to do with religion, because we didn't really mention about religion and ghosts and spirits and all of that. That's kind of my fault. I didn't even think about that part.
Well, because let's be honest, Phasmo really, that's the only thing that they do different than like a Christian kind of getting rid of spirits is the sage stick. Otherwise, it's crucifixes and Bibles. So, I mean...
Well, they also mentioned about salt, and salt's a given with even without Christianity. That's
Supernatural, I know. Dean and Sandman.
well, well, that's just a spiritual thing in general.
Yeah, it is.
Though it is worth noting, and this goes for anyone that interested in paganism or witchcraft, please do not dump salt on fucking Earth because nothing will grow there, and you want things to keep growing.
I can't. I just ignore his comments now.
Random PSA: do not dump salt from rituals on the Earth.
Yeah, don't do that.
I'm not saying you do, but it's just a random PSA.
I just want to put a note in here about Phasmo. Developers, if you ever see this, since you have so many different kind of ghosts from different kind of religions and areas and regions across the world, you should think about, if you ever put in getting rid of the ghost, different ways that those religions would get rid of those ghosts. Just saying.
That'd be a neat way to do that.
So yeah, they talk about in books a lot. Like, has anyone ever read? I feel like I'm the only person who reads these books. Has anyone ever read like any of the Shadowhunter books? Fuck the show and movie because they were awful, but the actual books.
Started reading them before. Never finished.
Read them; they're amazing. I literally have all of them. They talk about how, I think it's like the first book, Jace takes Clary to like a church to get weapons, and like he tells her that every church, it wouldn't matter what kind of church, what religion, every single one would have this cache of weapons because they all fight the same demons. It's just different in the way they do it. They still use all the same prayers, etc., etc., etc.
Remember that.
I stand by Ghost Hunters DLC. Oh my god. I know you would.
See, and then they have some that aren't actually even remotely demonic in origin, because don't they mention about jinns too?
Yeah.
And jinns aren't, yes, they're spirits, but they're not. I don't know.
Yeah, they made everything kind of like evil.
I mean,
which might not be the case.
Jinn are like fairies. Jinn are like the Fae. Don't fuck with the Fae.
You don't fuck with the Fae.
Fuck with the
Do not. Fae are not your friend. Do not try to work with the Fae. Because, as nice as they might sound, they will still fuck you over. It just depends on what kind of fucking over that you're gonna get.
This is why you need to read the books, because fairies play a huge part in the books, and they always talk about how they're beautiful and but they're so like evil in ways, like they're crafty and they're cruel and they will twist everything you say. They can't lie, but they will twist everything to go into their way, and it's amazing the way that she writes about them.
That is accurate. She did her research.
Nice. Yes,
the other series that I would recommend with that is the Harry the Dresden File. See, that has a lot to do with Barry.
Just destroyed Peter Pan for me. Tinkerbell was not a real fairy, okay? Tinkerbell's nice.
The Pixie Hollow one, yes. The other one, the original? No, she wasn't. She tried to murder Wendy by getting her drowned.
I mean, I would too. Wendy's annoying.
No.
Wendy's a whiny bitch, okay? Let's just be honest. He was saving him from having to listen to her nag him, okay? That's all.
Okay. So, Sims Medieval.
Sims Medieval.
It is really... Sims Medieval is exactly what it says on the carton. It is a Sim spin-off that takes place in a medieval world that I can't remember the name of, that you are creating your own kingdom, essentially. Yeah. And there are two gods. Two religious sects that have to do with the same. Jacobin believe the Watcher, which is their version of the god, Ptolemy surprised that it's the Watcher, to be angry and want to get other Sims to fear punishment from the Watcher, whereas Peterans believe the Watcher is passionate and all loving and wants to be happy. So, yes, Protestant versus what is that? Protestant versus Catholicism, but it's also New Testament versus Old Testament.
Yeah.
That's a big part of it too. The Old Testament is very much that God is not kind one. He is
God is vengeful.
He is vengeful. However, and this is kind of a tangent, but God never said that there was no other God.
That's true. He literally said, just don't idolize anyone over me, which literally says there's other gods.
Right. Just like there is no technical devil. The one that he refers to, Baphomet, or not Baphomet, it's Satan. The word Satan, just enemy. Yeah. That is all that word. But exactly like Kiss said, the whole thing with gods was, you shall not idolize someone over. He wanted to be the one that they idolized. Not that there wasn't any other gods that could be idolized. There was a lot, especially that takes place in area. And there was quite a few gods. And a lot of their people were still polytheist. I've had a lot of world religion.
So, because we just talked about a commandment, have you all seen History of the World? I talk about this movie all the fucking time. If you guys haven't seen it, you have to watch it. It's a Mel Brooks movie. Oh my god. Timeless, put it on the list. Put it on the list. It's old. It's so funny. Anyway, there's a scene. It literally, like, History of the World literally goes through, like, the ages of the world, and it's fucking hilarious. There's a scene with Moses where he brings down the commandments on 3 giant stone slabs, and he's like, God gives you 15, and then he drops one. 10 commandments. It's the funniest movie.
I've heard of that scene.
It's so good. It's so good. You should put it on the list for movie night because it's fucking hilarious.
Remind me. That sounds awesome.
It gets slow at the end, but it's really funny. And plus, it's Mel Brooks. Who doesn't love Mel Brooks?
Mel Brooks is great.
Right.
Mel Brooks is awesome. Speaking of, we do need to put, I don't know if it's on the list, but Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Also Spaceballs, because Spaceballs.
Spaceballs.
Fucking Spaceballs.
Blazing Saddles. Blazing Saddles is another good one.
Yeah, I only semi-recently saw that within like the last 2 years.
Oh my god. You should watch Blackadder. What is that? I know you just told me about it.
I only saw it like 2 months ago, Matt.
Meh.
Not Blackadder, but Blazing.
Oh god. What were we talking about?
Gotta do the calendar after this.
Just leaving it to the last second.
I forgot. I've been on vacation.
Your man who made that film, you loved your inspiration from that, as in that kind. What? Mel Brooks?
Talking about Mel Brooks.
Oh right. I don't love Mel Brooks. I just really like him. I just really enjoy him. I'm gonna be honest. In The Sims Medieval, I would once I had like the religions, I would seduce all the priests.
I'm not shocked. I feel like I've done that once upon a time too. Though I would, my more concentration was on doing the quest with the pirates, which shouldn't be shocking to anyone that knows me.
Apparently, there's something wrong with me.
Because pirates. I
have a problem with this podcast because every time we talk about stuff, Data finds more and more things. He's like, who the fuck am I dating?
Ryan, please, no.
Oh my god. Oh, Lord.
Oh.
I can't.
So, you can see a lot of food in Sims Medieval from the actual Medieval. And I mean, for all its sins, it's a pretty fair. Do you do it that way, Kiss?
Wait, I'm sorry, what? I wasn't listening.
It's like you save it for public sharing as it may be less scary for me. Is it true, Kiss? Is that why you save it for this?
It's true. I'm gonna hear about it afterwards, but yeah, it's totally it. It's totally it.
But it's a fair representation, even with it being sim, of the medieval world. Or at least as far as we've seen from research that's come out of it. I think... Do we have anything else to say about The Sims Medieval?
Nah,
I don't think so.
I just seduced clergymen in that game.
And now we come to... Before we really launch to religion itself, just religion, not talking about video games.
Oh, we're not gonna talk about Assassin's Creed?
I was saying before we get into just plain religion,
Oh, okay.
we need to talk about...
There's some books we
stuff.
should have talked about too. I'm just saying.
There is some books we should have talked about.
I have
But
one
again-
that we are definitely gonna talk about. There's one. We have to.
One.
The Da Vinci Code.
Oh
I
god, yeah.
never read that, but I
Oh my god. Fuck the movie. You need to read the
The book
book.
is so good. The book is so much better.
Oh my god, the book
I
is so
have
good.
so many books I need to get through.
But I love reading that. I haven't read the last one yet.
Highly recommend all Dan Brown
What is it,
books.
Lost Symbol?
I didn't like The Last Symbol that much. It was alright.
Seen that one. I haven't read that one yet. I've read the first two. We
It's
have
alright.
we have the first one. I might have.
It's alright. It talks a lot about... I have to reread it again because I got bored.
Dante's Inferno, isn't
It-
it?
Dante's Inferno is a movie they just made a couple years ago. They fucked it up. They totally changed the ending of the book. So in the movie, basically, if no one's read it, Inferno is about a group that is trying to release a biological weapon into the world that basically makes like 1 in every 4 people unable to have children. It makes them infertile. To population control. In the movie,
It really is.
they find the weapon and they stop it. In the book, it got released. It ends with them finding the open container and they got released and they got who did it, but it was already released. It was too late. It
I
pisses
love
me
when
off
not
so
when they do
much.
that.
They did it with Cell too. I don't know
They
if
did it with
anyone's
Fight
seen.
Club.
Yeah. The movie Cell, the Stephen King book, in the movie, he ends up, I forget exactly what it is, but he ends up the same way as everybody else, like the freaking zombies running around the field. In the book, he finds his son and he's fine and they're together again. He's not fine. The son's not fine. The son's kind of cuckoo. But it ends with him putting the fucking signal up to his ear. And that's how it ends. But not that he turns into one of them. Like, it's... Why? Why are you changing the entire ending of the book? I don't understand. How did the writers sign off on this? Like...
Don't they do something like that with The Shining too?
I can't remember. I've read The Shining, but I don't remember.
I
I've
haven't read The Shining.
I own
do need
it.
to read. I need to read the
haven't
book.
read it.
I have the book.
I have a slight answer for at least the way they changed the ending of Inferno. The way the book ends is not good.
I don't give a
It's
fuck.
not gonna make a good movie
I don't get.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure it would.
because it's a Pyrrhic victory,
Yeah, no, fuck that.
and
Yeah, I was so
Hollywood-
angry.
Hollywood doesn't like Pyrrhic. It's very rare that they like Pyrrhic victory. Pyrrhic victory being that it's a victory, but there's a huge sacrifice.
Yeah,
Like,
it just irritated me. Like they changed a little
know
bit.
it.
They changed stuff in Da Vinci Code too, but not like that.
Yeah, they did. No, they didn't change anything. I mean, they changed a few major things, but
Yeah.
nothing that was breaking. That would break the book.
Yeah. But back to the actual book. The Da Vinci Code was based around the Priory of Sion, which is actually a real group.
Yeah.
It's been said it's a hoax, but we all know that conspiracy theories, that they still very much think that Jesus has a bloodline. And a lot of people believe the same thing they talk about in the book, that Mary Magdalene, you know, wasn't the whore that everyone said she was. She was actually married to Jesus. They had a kid, etc.
And actually, the thing is, Mary Magdalene, they taught, and this is something that I've seen, I forget where, but a lot of Christian, the Bible, the versions of the Bible, combine 3 women into Mary Magdalene. The whore, the prostitute that Jesus washes her feet, is not, or may not actually be Mary Magdalene. It may just be a prostitute that he offered that. And then there was another woman, I forget what her deal was with the whole Jesus thing, but Mary Magdalene is also her own person.
Yeah.
And I honestly, I would like to believe that would be true, even though that person's bloodline is probably really fucked up, and they would have a lot of work cut out for them if they were to actually be a real person.
Yeah. If anyone is interested, there is a book that someone wrote all about that bloodline. It's called The Holy Blood in the Holy Grail. It's by Michael, words I can't pronounce, Richard Lee and Henry Lincoln. And it's all about that sacred bloodline that they believe exists somewhere in southern France.
I'll have to look for that at some point. Me too, Data.
Okay, go look for it on Amazon.
If you find it, let us know.
Yeah, send us links.
I'll have to try. I might look for it later. So, Assassin's Creed.
Yes.
Or what is the name of the book again?
It's The Holy Blood and the Holy Grail.
The Holy Blood and...
Yeah.
So, Assassin's Creed. If you've ever played any Assassin's Creed game, you know that it opens up on a specific disclaimer. And the disclaimer goes with, and I guess it was actually changed a little bit. But it says
got changed.
Huh?
It did get changed?
In one of the more recent games, they changed their disclaimer ever so slightly.
I think it
to
was
basically include people of all genders, and some people were upset about that.
I think it was Valhalla.
I think so.
And this is the way to
Aw, that was so cute.
Inspired by historical events and characters, this work of fiction was designed, developed, and produced by a multicultural team of various beliefs, sexual orientations, and gender identity.
Yeah, that has changed.
Yeah, they've changed it a little bit.
Why does that upset people? Like
I don't.
Because they don't
remember.
Because they don't want gender identities represented, because they don't believe that gender identity is a separate thing.
That's absolutely ridiculous.
And that's still not true, because there are not just 2 different sexes. There are quite a few different sexes. I think there's actually like 26 different organizations of chromosomes you can have.
It just blows my mind that upsets people so much. Like, stop. It literally does not affect you. Please stop.
It upsets people when you talk about sexual orientation in regards to children, too, because...
I know this is kind of not what we're talking about today, but I saw a post on, I think it was Twitter, and this woman said that she used a gender-inclusive bathroom, or basically a co-ed bathroom, basically, but no gender. And she was washing her hands, and 2 men came in. One used the bathroom, and the other one waited until she left, and she thanked him for giving her privacy. Bitch, what? Don't use that bathroom if it bothers you. What the fuck is wrong with you? You have a problem.
I mean, I don't know if both of you have seen the post from Facebook, but I know you've seen it, Haley, about the library in Indiana.
I'm never on Facebook, I'm gonna be honest.
I mean, that's all right. But it's a library that had sections and had books about
Oh,
LGBT
yeah.
and there's actually one that says LGBT. Like, those teenagers, they need access to those resources because they don't have that at home. And they need to know that they're not strange, they're not broken, they're just themselves, and that's just who they are.
Yeah.
I've been getting ads on Facebook for books for children, talking about that. I don't remember the specific title, but it's books designed to talk to your kids about like non-binary and transgender and stuff, and like in an educational way to show them that, like, if this is how you feel, like this is okay, like this is normal.
I remember when all the
weird.
controversy came up with the show, about the jazz girl who was transgender
Oh,
and all the
yeah.
surgeries that their parents were letting her get, and it was so fucking controversial, and it was there was so much drama. I am on TikTok. I just don't react to your messages.
He's from Florida.
Brian, the other night, Brian showed me a TikTok it was a clip from the show Survivor, I think, and it was time to vote somebody off, and one of the people on there is transgender, and one of these other guys was like, well, he's not the man that he says he is, and this shows that he's really good at deceiving people, basically saying some transphobic shit to get this other person voted off. And the host was like basically called him out. It was normal. I guess the host is normally very neutral with everything, but he's like, no, get the fuck out. You're off the show.
Good.
Not even going to hold a vote, but you're out.
Good. That's ridiculous.
And like the transgender guy, like he wasn't out to the public or to his family or anything.
God.
And that guy just outed him to millions of people.
That's horrible. Oh my God.
And I guess the show offered him to help him go through therapy and whatnot.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's sweet.
But
yeah, that jazz situation is something else.
Yeah, I watched her show. It's actually got a new season.
I did not. As a mother, I don't care either way. It's her body, her life. I do agree though. I wouldn't if Killian came to me and said, "Mom, I'm trans." Cool. Great. Hormones, cool. And when it comes to surgery, that can wait until he's older and he's absolutely sure. Hormones, I'm down with. But I couldn't, it would have to be a decision he made on his own as an adult. Because I wouldn't want to have that hand in it just in case. Because I know me. I'd feel horrible if he decided that it wasn't that way. And actually, that just happened on TikTok. We had a girl, she came out, she said that she was going to start her transition to male. And within a couple days, she was like, I'm not. I'm not. That's not what I want. People were pushing me. And that's not what I want. I want to stay a female. Like, that scares me. With my own child, obviously. Like, I don't care what other people do. Like, if that's absolutely, that's your life. If that's what you feel is absolutely right for you, please, by all means, live your best life. But I couldn't condone doing it for my child until he was 18 and he could make that decision on his own. Did we lose Ark? Because Ark is just...
Ark's going robot.
Yeah. Right, and
they're frozen.
Gotta give them time to start. Absolutely. And like I said, hormones are different. They can be reversed. That's a little different.
Sorry, I had to fix connection being really what we were just talking about with the girl, that's bullshit. She was doing that for clout in the first place. Because
who are you talking about?
When you were talking about the girl who they saw on TikTok.
Yeah, but who are you talking about? Are you talking about Paige? The bodybuilder?
Oh, is that who? I have no idea. I've never seen the TikTok.
Well, then how would you know? Would you know?
I was listening. I was talking about whatever you. Who were you talking about? You were talking about the person that said that they were going to start their transition to male, and then a few days later, they are being pushed into it, and that's not who they are.
I can't remember.
Is that who you're talking about?
No, not Paige. I can't remember the fucking name of the account.
But that's if that within that kind of case, that sounds more like clout chasing than it is for someone who is actually transitioned.
Not necessarily. We don't really know what they're going through, though, so we have no idea.
That is true, but at the same time, I do know what the experience of people are in general, and in order to even start hormone replacement therapy, that shit is so hard to actually do because you have to go through at least a year of therapy, and you have to prove that you're trans enough that you actually need hormones.
Right, that's what I'm saying. We have no idea what they were going through before that. Like, this could have been something they've been thinking about and they just didn't publicize it. We have no idea.
True. On the whole thing with Jazz, though, until she was 16, 17, she was the only thing that her parents were doing for her. They gave her T blockers.
Right, that's fine.
And that just prevented her from going through a male puberty.
Right.
That doesn't have anything, that's not going to affect, and that's what people were so up in arms about.
Right.
How can you do this to your child? But it's not, the only thing that they have to do, if Jazz had decided or had realized that, hey, I don't actually feel female, I actually feel more masculine, they could take out the T blocker and Jazz would have gone through a male puberty. It wouldn't have had any effect on reproductive organs whatsoever.
Right.
But until she was 13, if she was just on a T blocker. When she hit 13, they increased the T blocker strength and they started her on estrogen. So she could actually have a female puberty. That's all her parents did until she was 16 or 17, and that's what she actually got tops.
Right, yeah, to me, so that's still too young. I would wait. Like, Killian would have to make that decision when he was 18, as an adult.
She's also known since she was 3.
Yes, I'm still... it doesn't matter to me.
So.
More power to her. Like I said, that's her life, but I would not sign for Killian. He would have to do that when he was 18, when he was 100% sure.
And the thing is that it was for her family to even be able to get to that point, because their insurance would not help at all.
Right.
Like, it got to the point where the insurance wouldn't actually help with the HRT either. For absolutely no reason, because they didn't want to cover it. But anyway, back to what we were actually meant to be talking about. I know how we got onto this. Never mind, I know how we got onto that. But yeah, and if you've played an Assassin's Creed game, you know that they do tackle quite a few religious figures, not necessarily literally, but they tackle quite a few religious figures, and they want to make sure that they're covering their asses that, hey, we're not necessarily saying that one religion is more correct than another. It's just that this is how we're telling the story. Which, I mean, all in all, it's actually not a bad idea the way they've done it.
Alright, we're looking at your forehead.
Listen! I'm not used to using my camera, yes, but I'm not used to using my laptop for these things and only having the singular screen. But, yeah, that's the whole thing with Assassin's Creed and their disclaimers. A good idea, especially when you're tackling games like that.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
You good?
Just my psoriasis. And I don't even know if it is psoriasis or if it's something else. But it looks like psoriasis.
I got the
It looks like
poison oak.
psoriasis. No, I haven't. My arm's just looking really, really bad. Itchy.
I really love the Assassin's Creed games. The ones that I played,
do
I
too.
stopped playing after 3. Or well, at 3, I stopped playing 3.
I do too. I absolutely love the series, even though I haven't actually finished playing it.
The what?
I haven't finished playing a lot of them.
You got bored? How do you get bored? The first one bored me a little bit, but the next 4 were really good.
The first, I never actually finished one.
It's good.
Because
Never played
it was repetitive. It was very repetitive.
It is repetitive. I'll give you the hint. They get the piece of the apple.
I know. I know. Hey, Josh.
Hi,
And yeah, I
Josh.
Black
agree.
Flag is really good.
Black Flag
Black
is
Flag.
really, really good.
I see. I had a really hard time with the first one. It did get
Brian
boring.
just doesn't like Ubisoft.
Okay, that's fair. I didn't play Black Flag. I played 1, 2, in the Ezio trilogy, and that's it. And then I stopped. I tried playing 3, and it was really annoying to me, and I stopped playing.
3 was the first one that was kind of an odd,
Yeah.
but it was also really the first time they explored a different perspective.
Yeah.
Because, and this is technically spoiler territory.
He
But
likes
if you haven't
to be
played
hard.
it by now, if you haven't played it by now, then you're not gonna play it. The first, like, 2 or 3 sequences, you don't play as Connor.
Right.
You play as his father, who is a Templar.
Yep.
So that's the first time you really get to see a different perspective than what you're used to. Because you're used to the hardline assassin being against the Templars, being against, not necessarily Christian, but Templars were.
The game got confusing for me, to be honest, at some point. I can't remember which one it was that started confusing me. It might have been not Revelations, the one right before it. Brotherhood? Yeah, like, not the specifics about the Templars and stuff, but about Miles? Is his name Miles? I can't remember. Desmond, yeah, one of those. Desmond Miles. Miles, yeah. Desmond, yeah. When his mind shattered and he went into Revelations, it was fucking weird. It was really neat how they did it, but it was fucking weird. We're talking about Jesus.
Didn't particularly love Brotherhood.
I actually really loved Brotherhood. I loved it.
A lot of people really do.
I like the idea of Brotherhood. I do. I just hated the.
Ark just say the Templars aren't Christian.
No, I said they were.
Open your ears, Brian. Clean them out.
I said the majority of the Templars were Christian or are Christian. But there were Templars that weren't necessarily religious.
How are you, Josh?
God,
Also, fucking Dante's Inferno. That game fucked me up a little bit.
I remember playing a bit of that game.
10 out of 10 recommended.
I remember watching the anime movie of that. Oh my god.
If no one has played it, please do, because it's really good. But basically,
I vaguely remember playing a bit of that.
Basically, Dante is a Templar, and the church guys are like, hey, killing's okay for God.
Yeah.
Raping's okay with God. You'll be forgiven. He was not.
Right? All your sins are forgiven. You can do no wrong. Congratulations.
They were not.
Yep. And then we talk about, there's the whole thing of why the number 13 is considered unlucky.
Yeah. Is that
and why Friday?
Thing?
Yes.
It is a religious thing, and why Friday? There's 2 different explanations for why 13 is an unlucky number according to religion. The first of which, and the one that's more widely known, is that on a Friday the 13th, or so it's said, I don't know how accurate it is when all of the Templars were killed. Which is one reason that 13 is considered an unlucky number, and why Friday the 13th
It was also supposedly October 13th. Friday the 13th.
The other big reason that Friday the 13th is considered key, and why the number 13 is...
Because Jason always kills on Friday the 13th. Come on, it's like you never seen a movie. God.
Is that...
Get out right now. Out. Timeless. Get out.
Gone.
How dare you?
Friday in Norse mythology is also known as Freya's Day, or Frigga's Day. Either way. And Freya is the goddess of the witches. And she had her coven meeting on this day. And it was always 13 women.
I like the Templar one better.
They summoned the devil and lots of less than good stuff. But yeah, the one that most people know, more mainstream religion based and known, is the Templar one.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's the whole reason for that one. We do need a day to talk about books, though.
Talk about what?
About books in general, and then all of the effects they have on modern
men writing women.
Oh God, men writing.
Yeah, they're bad at it.
Her breast bounced bustily.
Her breast withdrew in her sadness.
Fuck.
Or she shook her head.
I'm just moving it all around the screen. Don't judge me. Don't judge me.
Her breast, when she shook her head, her breast rippled. It's like, I'm not so sure you know how physics work.
Someone's never interacted with a woman.
I can't with men and women, because let me tell you, they are not teaching these young men anything.
Nope.
I am so... It pains me to see the younger generation commenting on TikToks and Twitter on women's bodies, and they are so far off that I am very concerned for them if they have any idea what anatomy is and how it works. They are not being taught anything.
Let's be real. A lot of men don't know pads.
Men don't know how periods work in general.
I knew a guy in real life who didn't know the difference between a pad and a tampon. An adult guy. An adult male.
Yeah, no, we're not reading. We're not going to read that, Brian, on stream, because that's a little TOS, but yeah, stop.
You get the idea.
Yeah, like seeing comments like the fucking picture that went viral of the girl who bled through her tampon overnight at her boyfriend's house, and how he helped her out and washed his stuff, gave her a shower, and boys were like, she couldn't just hold it? What?
Bruh,
what?
Do you not understand how that works?
Yeah, oh my God.
And I mean, there are also men who think that the flaps of a pad attached to...
What is it attaching to? Oh my God.
Well, yeah.
Are the flaps attaching to the flaps? Because I want to see how that works. The fuck?
The wings of the pad attached to...
I want to see that work.
I don't.
I would be like, here's a diagram. Please show me how this works. Please. Show me.
Right.
Show me how that works.
Okay, listen, we can't expect too much from men who can't find a clitoris or what it is, okay? We just can't. We can't expect that much.
I mean, that's true. Or a G-spot.
Yeah. don't even listen. You know how many men think that's fake, that we don't actually have one? That's my favorite. You have one too. Let me show you. They don't like it. I also saw a post just a little bit about consent, how they were like, listen, a man, if you ever put a finger in a straight man's butt, they will exactly tell you word for word what the fuck consent is. Do not believe them when they don't understand what consent is, because they know.
Yep.
Find a what? I can tell by Haley's face that you absolutely know what you're doing. So calm down, Brian. Stop acting stupid. It's on the left butt cheek. Yep.
Yep, that's exactly correct.
Depending if you're right or left-handed. Yes, mine's on my right. Yes. Yes, absolutely.
So, we kind of touched on the first bit about... Well, actually, we really didn't talk about... I don't really know how we could really talk about how anyone is treated after they come forward about an essay.
Let's just say that we have a very blame the victim mentality until proven otherwise.
This is true.
Stop
And there's
it.
always, at least in the U.S., it's always a fully innocent until guilty, even if there's multiple people coming forward.
I can't.
Yeah. So this brings us to, before we get to another major talking point, about the history, very briefly, of most Christian holidays.
Dun, 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 dun. This is my favorite thing to talk about. My mom hates it. She gets so angry with me. I had a fight. I don't know if you guys know this, but Kiss used to be a store manager for a Spirit Halloween. And the number of Christians that would come in with pamphlets to hand to me was amazing. Can we talk about Halloween first? Can we please? Because I got some stories.
You know, this is really quick. When I worked for Michael's, so a craft store. I was working in it during, Halloween was part of it, but the seasonal arrived. And they even put they didn't hand it to me. They left it on one of our store shelves that there was a pamphlet, and I think I found more than one once. One was about abortion too. Oh boy. Yeah. But yes, let's talk about Halloween. The beautiful holiday that's coming up.
I made a Christian mother stop participating in Halloween. Her kids are mad at me to this day, I'm sure.
How?
She was talking about... She was saying how... I overheard this, by the way, when I was checking her out at the register. You having that job does not surprise me. It doesn't surprise anybody. Not at all. She was telling her kids about, like, how Halloween is, like, Christian. And I can't remember all the shit she said. This was, like, 10 years ago. Like, yeah. She was making about this shit. I just kind of stopped and I went, you know this is not a Christian holiday, right? Like, she's like, what do you mean? And I went through, like, giving candy, what it's actually supposed to mean, the masks. And she literally said, you can stop bringing me up. I'm not purchasing any of this today. We're no longer going to be participating, and walked out. I went, oh, no. My boss at the time is a practicing Wiccan. And she came over and she's like, I've never been more proud. I was dying.
Brian, that's Easter.
It's when Jesus dressed up as a bunny rabbit. Oh my God, stop it. It was the best thing ever. It is the highlight of working there.
I just, like, even as someone who's raised kind of Christian and celebrating the Christian holidays, Halloween never came up as a Christian holiday. We celebrated it because it was fun. People think it's Christian?
She's literally the only person I've ever met that thought that, because the other Christians that would come in were usually the ones with pamphlets telling it was evil because of where it came from. And I just laughed.
Thank you. It's next to my Satan's Bible.
There is the whole thing of All Saints Day, which is also which is what a lot of Christians do instead of Halloween. Notice how name has never caught on, because it's purely a Christian thing. Not all Christians that act that way.
Yeah.
But yes, Halloween and its origin, it is Samhain.
Yep.
It is the last harvest festival. Yeah. It is one of the 2 days of the year when the veil between our world and the spiritual world, the world of the Fae, all of the other realms, is thin, and you can very easily interact with all of the different realms. It's why Dia de Dios de los Muertos is also happens to start right around there, because it's still the time the veil is thinnest, and when you can see you can see family members that have passed on, which is also why there is, because I do a lot of pagan, obviously, and I have a lot of Wiccan journals, planner, and it's one of the things that you can do, is a lot of the times tarot readings are more accurate around that time because the veil is so thin. And one of the things that's popular to do is a
Did Ark cut out for you too?
Stop talking. Is a biggest tease ever, Ark. That was great. It was amazing. Dave's only excuse to dress up and eat candy. The suspense. Anticipation.
You said it wrong.
Antissa.
Haitian.
Like how you finished it. I'm not waiting anymore. Stop it. Oh yeah. Go ahead, Brian. Do it from wherever you're sitting. Do it right now.
Oh
yeah. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. There it is.
My husband.
Yeah, I think Ark died. Ark died. It's just us now.
Ark!
All by ourselves.
Well, some mid podcast entertainment.
Oh, kitty time. Kitty time.
You know, part of the religion, ancient Egyptians would worship these beautiful beasts. Look at.
Oh, there Ark went. He just fixed Timeless's camera. Rip.
Oh, they're back.
Yeah, I'm back. Yeah, the power flickered.
Oh.
We had a power flicker, but I haven't lost power despite all of the rain.
Stop it.
Brag about your brain.
Dumb supper.
Why? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this to me? Okay.
Sorry, let me fix. There we go. Dumb suppers are essentially meat suppers. You do that because that's when you can actually have the spirits join you. You don't speak during the supper because it gives them the opportunity to speak to you. And it's a way to do stuff with your ancestors and anyone you might be mourning.
That is
true.
Let me believe that Cleopatra was beautiful, okay? Let me just believe that.
That is actually true, though, too.
Beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
Exactly. I mean, Data likes me, so it must be true.
Shut up,
You're
kids.
gorgeous.
Beautiful.
Oh my god. Don't yell at me.
You're gorgeous. Shut up.
Yeah.
Likes. You mean lies? Was that supposed to be lies? She was uglier than all of us. We're gods compared to her.
Anyway, so yeah, that's the whole thing with Samhain. And then we have Yule. Yule is, if you can't guess, the 21st of December. And the 21st of December is the winter solstice, which is also right around the time that Christians celebrate Christmas. Or
can we talk about how they moved Jesus' birthday to coincide with Christmas? Please stop.
Yup. That's exactly what I was saying.
He was born in like June.
April.
I thought it was
There's
June.
actually one thing I learned, I think it was in my philosophy of religion class several years ago. It was actually his christening. Not his actual birth, but his christening, and that's why it's when it is, and that's why there's 12 days of it or whatever, something.
Ew.
I don't remember all the details, but sounds like something I've heard.
Sounds like they should stop it.
I mean,
that's fascinating for that. That's the reason. But
no, I'm buffering.
But it is, yeah. And I mean, a lot of the traditions that we have now, the tree, the present.
Yeah, it's all from
the Yule log. It's all from. It's from Saturnalia. It's from Yule. It's from a lot of different religion.
Christianity really said, I'm gonna just pick and choose the things that I like and kind of make them into something different, and say that they're Christian, and we'll call it a day. And it's great because most Christians, hardcore Christians, will fight you tooth and nail that is a Christian thing. It came from nowhere else but God, and you are wrong. And it cracks me up. I told my grandmother about Yule and stuff, and she was like, I can't believe you would say something like that. I'm like,
it's
okay.
True.
My aunts will not talk to me because I went to say this during the Vinci Code conversation. Me and my uncle that she was married to at the time were having this very long talk about Da Vinci Code, the movie. Just the movie, nothing like in depth because I was young. And she got mad at us because of how it went against her religion and Christianity because he was a Christian. And he was very open-minded.
Yeah.
And she still to this day will not talk to me because of my views and because I would say things like that. I'm like, I mean, I'm sorry that you don't, you're not open-minded.
And then there's the whole thing. That's about right. It's like the English language, too.
Yeah.
The English language likes to beat up other languages and steal words from them. That's essentially what Christianity did with a lot of their holiday.
Christianity is the English language of religions.
Basically.
I get time off work, so I'm done.
And then there's Easter.
Yeah.
Or Ostara. Which is the name of the goddess that it celebrates. And it's purely a fertility.
Yep.
Which is also where the bunny thing comes from.
Fuck like a bunny. I mean what?
Christians were like, actually, that's when Jesus was resurrected. That's not got anything to do with your fertility.
Thing is, Ostara is the spring equinox. The vernal equinox is when Ostara is.
Yeah, so...
And then, those are the three big ones that Christianity stole, but there are 5 others. If anyone is actually curious about what the other day when the veil is thinnest, that would be Beltane, which is May 1st. Otherwise known as May Day.
Brian, you good?
He's playing a game, and I think he had Twitch. He had clicked on the Twitch chat and forgot to click off of it, and so he's like hitting W. He's like, "Why aren't I going?"
Awesome.
Oh my god.
So now we're going to be getting into a few talking points from Brian, which are great. And we have to say thank you to Brian for these, because these are good questions. So, the first and we can all answer this however we feel. What does magic?
What does magic?
What is magic?
What is magic? It's magic. Is there really a word to describe magic other than magic?
Okay,
Something
it-
unexplainable.
That
I
could be
think.
paranormal or
and
supernatural.
he
True.
does make it a little more in depth. Is it the art of a con man with smoke and mirrors, the childlike wonder, experiencing something new, unexplained science, knowing that your sports team will win because you wear your lucky jersey or socks or whatever, and whenever you wear it, they win? Is it any of those things? Which
It's all of it.
it is all of it.
Absolutely all of it.
It's nature too. A lot of it has to do with nature. That's a lot of what magic is. Magic is belief. The whole thing with witchcraft and the spells that I've made for you, Kiss, for Timeless, for Bean. A lot of it is that I give you the tool to essentially manifest what you want from that spell. And that's what a lot of it is with tarot reading too. You take what you need out of the reading.
Yeah.
And you manifest what you want out of it. And that's the biggest thing about it.
So, side note, stop it. When you were talking about the lost symbol, this is what I meant to say and I didn't get a chance to, but that is all about noetic science. Listen to my words, babe. Science, noetic science, which is a real thing, was founded in 1973. It's literally how thoughts and beliefs and intentions affect the physical world.
That's a very big part of magic.
Yes.
What makes it work.
Made up words. It's not made. It's literally a thing. Noetic science is a thing. But that's what the lost symbol is all about. They talk a lot about noetic science in there. Spell it.
Good deal.
Noetic. Look it up. Google is free. It is a real thing. I can't.
And then we have the question: is it silly to believe in magic, or is it strange? Is it stranger not to believe it?
No, it's not silly.
It's not silly, and it's not strange to not believe in magic. It's all a matter of your own perspective and what you think. Why you're getting what you're getting. There are a lot of people who believe that if something bad's happened to them, it's not necessarily a punishment, but it's God giving a trial to overcome.
Yeah.
Is luck a form of magic then?
So it's a real made up thing. I can't with you. I can't with you. Monks would really disagree with you.
Is luck a form of magic, or is it a divine payout after a lot of hard work?
Depends on your belief system.
I don't really believe in luck because I'm really unlucky. But I'm bummed. Oh my God, stop. I can't. I want everyone to know we get to deal with this in voice next month when he's here and we do the conspiracy theories, because he doesn't believe in any of them. Not a single fucking one of them.
And now we're coming into the stuff that's fun.
Is it fun?
Fun is a loose term for it, and fun is necessarily the most adept term for it.
Before we get into all this, I have to pee. I'm dying, so y'all gonna take over and I'll be back. Okay, great.
So you pee before the podcast.
I did, but I've been drinking a lot of water.
So, the first fun thing is about homosexuality and the Bible. Or should we wait for...
We should wait.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything that really, yeah, I think better to read this. No, you couldn't pay me to do that right now. Fuck off, you sing.
Brian, sing.
Sing, Brian, sing! What do you mean, solar plexus, insect, nose, and groin? I can do that. Oh, wait, Data.
If I
Do you
could
mean,
turn back time.
Data, do you mean solar plexus, insect, nose, and groin? Because I can do that to you. Timeless, tell me you get the reference.
I'm sorry. I don't.
You've never seen Miss Congeniality?
No.
Ah.
I know, I suck. Bow, 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 now. Bow, 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 bow.
I've gotta do hacking.
Smoke on the water and fire in the sky.
I gotta pack all of my stuff up after this.
Okay, why is Data saying he's an adult?
I have no idea.
Because he doesn't need permission
For what?
I asked.
to walk across the street.
Oh, okay.
I have no idea. He said sing. I'm like, my first thought was solar plexus, nose, or
Oh
solar
my god.
plexus, nose. Wait. At least someone understands the reference.
I made myself bleed when I got up. Rip.
Huh?
I made myself bleed when I stood up.
Oh.
You couldn't just hold it?
No. When I got up, my hand was on like my armrest, and I turned my chair. But when I got up, the chair went up and squished my fingers into the desk.
Yeah. That's not a good feeling.
I know. I'm just a fucking nightmare. I know, babe. I know. I heard saxophone.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
They're tuning.
All right, where we at?
So, homosexuality and the Bible.
Yes.
Oh yeah, it's not even in there.
It's not. It was not in early form. It didn't enter the Bible until the Bible got to the United States.
Okay, well, that no fucking surprise there.
It wasn't actually, and even then, it wasn't even found in the Bible. It wasn't even found in the Bible until the 1940s. If the research I did is correct.
And like
And
the whole,
it was mostly in the King James version.
yeah, like man shall not lie with a man was actually man shall not lie with a boy.
Yeah.
It was about pedophilia.
Yeah, but
It
that's
was mostly
okay.
about-
But that's okay.
Was
You
it-
know.
It was about pedophilia
And incest. I'm assuming you said incest because you stopped.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't say. I was saying. And the thing of it is that King James of all things was rumored himself to be gay.
And insects.
So, and insect.
You must not lay with insects.
It'll get real itchy real fast.
Honey, that's an STD. Please go get checked out.
Get checked out before you visit.
Yes.
No bugs must come into Kiss's house. But I mean that's also another example of the Bible being by man. And being changing to suit their narrative. I can't with you, Brian.
Fucking Raz. No, Raz, stop.
Which I
Can't.
believe you wanted to talk about the book of Enoch with this.
You know.
I'm pretty sure it's a Noke because it's a Nokian, but yeah.
Yeah, and
Makes
it
sense.
is a note.
But I like Enoch. Like he a
Enoch.
knockin'.
I mean, it could be a knock too. You know,
Yeah.
Enochian.
I'm pretty sure it's
Either way.
Enochian.
Language is weird.
Language
Tomato.
is weird. This isn't. I mean, the changing of the Bible thing isn't Enochian, but I mean, so once upon a time, as the Bible should have been written, there was supposedly, there's no actual evidence to this, but there was supposedly a council that took place in 325 CE, where Emperor Constantine and church authorities banned certain books from the Bible, and I'm talking like 19 books were removed. 2,000 years ago. Don't knock it till you try. Stop it. Stop it right now. But if that doesn't tell you that the Bible is more of lessons to be learned, I don't know what does. Because literally there's multiple writers who have said this happened. That not all the books are supposed to be in there that they changed some of the... Yes, it is in the Da Vinci Code. That things were changed to fit their agendas. So what we have... It was also in Dogma, but we're not going to say Dogma's a movie to follow.
The Da Vinci
but
Code.
they did... Yeah, that either. But that does have some stuff in it that was considered true.
Yeah.
But they talk about it in Dogma too, that they... that they changed things in the Bible. The Bible was written by man, not God. It was basically hearsay of what happened. As far as the book of Enoch, I don't even know what to call it.
Enoch.
So most of us heard like the fall of Lucifer. That was the fall of angels, right? In this, it talks about the first fall, which came before Lucifer ever fell. That not a lot of people know or talk about. Obviously, there's no way to actually know if it happened. But so this book was one of the books that never made it to the Bible. Does God even own a pen? No. It wouldn't be a quill at that point. Did he lob the book down from the... I mean...
Yes.
Yes.
Well.
I mean... Hold on. My notes are over here. But yeah, so the book basically it talks about the first fall of angels. It was my green screen. I had no chin for a second, guys. No chin. So the book is about demons and Nephilim, which Nephilim are the product of an angel and a human having a child. So the first group of angels, I can't remember what the angel's name is. It was a name that I cannot pronounce, so I'm going to call him Sem. He took and convinced 199 angels to go to Earth with him and have children with women because they just really wanted to fuck some girls. I'm just saying. He was excited.
Calm down there, Zeus.
Basically Zeus. Actually, funny story, the book that I'm writing that has to do with angels and stuff, all the gods are actually angels that fell, which is where I got it from. Anyway, so they had children that are called Nephilim. They're in the Bible. They're these giant, grotesque beings, and they just devour everything. And like when humans couldn't feed them anymore, they would kill them and eat them, and then they would eat themselves. Fucking spoilers. It's not really a big spoiler. It doesn't like have a huge impact on the story. It's okay. But these are the angels.
Yeah, I remember.
What?
There is a show that came out about Nephilim, and I guess it was a TV show?
If you say Shadowhunters will fucking fight, I swear to God.
No. It was called the Nephilim Chronicles.
Oh yeah, probably.
Well, there was, or it was fall. It was, I think, Fallen. Yes.
Yeah, basically they're big nasty fuckers that just roamed the earth and destroyed everything. And like these angels were said to, like the angels that came down, the 200, were the ones who supposedly gave us like weapons. They taught us magic, the root cutting. They taught us astrology, the clouds, the earth, the course of the moon. They taught us all of that. That's where we got it from. And the archangels were pleading with God to let them do something about it because the Nephilim were just overrunning the earth. Also, our demons are supposedly these fallen angels, these 200 that fell. That's where we got our demons from. That's who are considered the demons. Aliens did that via Stargate. Stop it. So the archangels pled to God, basically, to let them take care of the world, like judge the world and do something about the Nephilim and the angels that did it. So he told Uriel to go and warn Noah that a flood was coming. And that is why we had this giant flood, was to get rid of all the Nephilim and start anew on the earth, because the first sect of fallen angels that are now demons just ruined it for everybody because they just wanted to get it on with a human. Wouldn't Satan be the good guy because he loved humans?
Arguably, no. Yes, but no.
I actually am a fan of like their comics, and I don't know if it's like a legitimate theory that some people believe, but that like the God that everyone believes in, that Christians worship and everything, is actually the devil.
I've heard this. We've talked about this a little bit.
I've
I have heard that like the first war on heaven that we had, that the angels did not win. That it was actually Satan who won, and that's why everything's so shitty now, is because it's not actually God right now that's running everything. I'm a fan of Satan. Stop.
Arguably, yes, but no. To Brian's question, he didn't love humans.
He didn't want to put them
Will
above
Satan,
him.
yeah.
He didn't love. He was, if you believe Christian mythology, he was jealous of the humans because they were put above the angels in God's eyes.
God made these perfect angels and said, "Hey, you have to do what they say." You basically, they literally, Satan did not want to do that. He wasn't about it. He said, "Sir, no."
But he also did give us our common, not that a lot of people use it.
Our what?
Our common sense.
Common sense is not that common.
He allowed us to have knowledge.
He gave up.
Because God didn't want us to take the apple of knowledge. And did, but it...
Can we talk about why it's always a woman who does the bad shit in the Bible?
Right.
Like,
Well, and I mean, to be fair, Lilith was Adam's first.
Yeah.
She wasn't created from Adam.
Right. She wasn't obedient.
She was created with Adam.
Yeah.
His equal.
Yep.
And Adam, being the little bitch baby that he was.
Big bitch baby!
Big bitch baby.
The
Makes the return.
The triple B skill makes a return. Him being the bitch that he was, complained to God that he wasn't serving it. So he
imagine a man wanting the woman to be subservient to him.
Right.
Fuck off.
So God banished Lilith, and she became the mother of demons. And God created Eve from Adam's ribs, so to speak. And then he had them. They had their beautiful Garden of Eden. But he wanted, and this is where it kind of gets interesting, God wanted them to be subservient to him and not have knowledge. Whereas Satan's just like, why are you not taking... Their knowledge is right there, why not take it?
Right.
Shouldn't you know? Which gives us it's not common sense, and I misspoke when I said that. But he helped us get our free will.
Yeah.
Which is arguably not great in some cases, but...
Speaking of Falls of Angels, if you guys haven't, you need to check out the Fallen series. It's a book series. It's fucking incredible. It's really well done. By, I want to say her name's Lauren Kate. But basically, it's about a girl named Lucy who weird shit happens to, and she. Spoilers. So if you don't want to hear this, just skip ahead. when you rewatch this, if you don't want to hear it, just mute the stream for a minute. Basically, she sees these weird things. She calls they're called shadows. She calls them shadows, and they follow her around. She doesn't know what they are, and this cabin she's in with her boyfriend catches on fire and he dies. And they send her away to this prom school because they're convinced that she did it, that she lit the cabin on fire and he died. I'm not going to read. Okay. And she meets this group of kids. They're all like teenagers who are kind of weird, have weird things going on. They all know each other. And this one guy that she's like insanely attracted to, they're all angels. They're all fallen angels. And it's a really good read. And basically it talks about why they fell. Like these are supposedly the angels that fell with Lucifer when he fell. And it's all about how God made them make a choice. If you stand by Lucifer or you couldn't decide at all, you were thrown out of heaven. And even though it revolves around like the same kind of things, it's basically like Satan's in love with an angel and he doesn't actually love her. He loves the idea of her, but she loves another angel, and then God finds out and basically casts them all out. It's really, really good. It's a really good read. It's like, I think there's like 4 books in the series. Highly recommend. It's great. All my favorite books deal with Nephilim and angels. I have a problem. The Shadowhunter series are all about Nephilim and demons. Fallen's all about fallen angels. Fucking Hush Hush is all about fallen angels. They're all really good series. They all just, they're so good. Okay, I'm done.
So now we're getting into a few more times. You want to talk about the Satanic Panic of the 90s?
Talk about the Satanic Panic.
I need Jesus. Jesus doesn't want me anymore.
So it started in the 80s. I have this nice big book of D&D lore, but it's not like in-game lore. It's like the history of Dungeons and Dragons. Super interesting. So now I just have all this knowledge in my head about it. And it talks about the Satanic Panic and like the beginning of it. I'm going to start from the beginning. It all started because somebody went missing. Someone that was in college, liked to play Dungeons and Dragons with his friends, went missing. And this private detective was like, well, what did he like to do? Where did he like to go? The university had these giant like tunnels, and I guess sometimes they would go play D&D in these tunnels, but they're like air ducts. And so he's like, well, maybe he had no evidence for this, by the way. He got so engrossed in the game that he was hallucinating that he was actually in the game, and he had to go into these tunnels.
Is he Bender?
And
I guess if you don't watch Futurama, there's a whole episode where Bender doesn't have that kind of thinking.
Exactly.
I don't think I've seen that episode.
It's good. He plays Dungeons and Dragons and he gets totally lost in it and he thinks it's real.
I definitely haven't seen that episode.
It's called Bender's Big Game, I think, or something like that.
Probably that episode is probably based on this.
Probably.
That movie is.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly what happened. Yeah, Bender's Big Score.
Yeah, that. Yeah.
No.
So
is that one? Is it Bender's Big Score? Is that one?
I don't remember. I don't have my phone on me.
Let's see.
So, anyway, the story that this detective came out with is he went missing in these tunnels.
Bender's Game.
Bender's Game. Of course, Bender's Game. Like Ender's Game.
I have that book, never read it or watched the movie.
I watched part of the movie. I started the book.
I think I read the first book once. Anyway, yeah.
Anyway. So the story he came out with to the papers was this kid got so involved in his Dungeons and Dragons game that he started hallucinating because of whatever they were doing. Because you go and you see these books with depictions of, demons and devils and whatever. And you come to some incorrect conclusions. And So that's what he told the parents. This kid got too involved in Dungeons and Dragons, and so he's hallucinating. He went to trying to play his game in these tunnels, and now he's gone and dead. Didn't find a body. Turns out none of that happened. Obviously, he just left. He went to another state. He was tired of everything and all the bullshit in his life that was going on there, and he moved. He didn't tell anyone. He just up and left and started a new life.
Oh.
He was fine. But despite him being fine, like, parents latched on to that. We're like, our kids are worshiping the devil with their Dungeons and Dragons games. And so all throughout the 80s and the 90s, and I think even in some cases today, people are against Dungeons and Dragons because they think it's some form of devil worship. Because you got your spells, you got your books with demon pictures on them.
My mom was not about me playing D&D when I was a kid. She doesn't understand anything. It wasn't so much that it was satanic or anything. It was more that I was living in a fantasy world. She hates that I read fantasy books. She hates it. She hates that I play video games because it will not help you in the real world.
But it can.
Yeah,
like,
fair.
Yeah.
It can help you.
I just didn't think she liked me coming home at 14 talking about how I was a part demon thing, tiefling, and my friend's mom played this weird, I can't remember what the fuck they're called. I don't remember I just know that their biggest thing of their race or whatever she was that the secret that she had, the more that people believed her secret, the stronger the she was. And her secret was that she was a female and she was dressed as a male. Everyone thought she was a dude. And then we had a living dead girl working with us, and my mom was very confused. What the fuck is going on? Does she think Lord of the Rings is real? No, but you should see the shit she does believe is real.
Oh, jeez.
So there's that.
the whole Satanic Panic thing, like, people have made horrible allegations against people who play D&D. Like, not just satanic rituals, but like abuse and dissociative identity. This isn't a horrible accusation. It's just an accusation. Dissociative identity disorder. Like, people who play D&D have dissociative identity disorder.
Imagine having an imagination and not knowing what it is.
And anti-government conspiracy theories.
I mean, I'm about that, but it's just ridiculous, really.
Yeah, and they're like, D&D is a cult, and like you've got movies that have come out. There's this one with Tom Hanks that I don't remember the name of, but it's basically about how D&D is bad. It's kind of like one of those school scare film things.
Oh,
I think. Cool.
So instead,
Nice.
Everyone after that watches Knights of Badassdom, which is all about LARP and D&D and how it comes to life with the demon. Have y'all seen that? Tell me you've seen Knights of Badassdom. Peter Dinklage is in it. Okay.
It's awesome.
He is high on mushrooms the entire film, but it's amazing. Highly recommend. It's so
Apparently
good.
I have seen it.
It's so basic. It's about a dude who breaks up with his girlfriend breaks up with him, and he's horribly upset about it. And his friends are going to LARP one weekend when this happens, so they basically drug him and drag him to LARP. And while they're at LARP,
awesome.
his friend is a mage, and he does a summoning spell off of a real spell book. He doesn't know that it's real, and he brings this demon in the form of his ex-girlfriend to life, and she kills everybody, and they have to get rid of the demon. It's amazing. 10 out of 10 recommend, because Peter Dinklage is amazing. And we need to put it on our list because I want to watch it. Babe, we're watching that later. Okay, great. Yeah, anyway, continue.
I have another another D&D movie on the list that we need to watch.
Just the whole thing of using a real spell book. Yes, that's a brilliant idea.
It's great because the first scene is them trying, like, they're in their LARP and they're, like, trying to do this spell, and these guys come in with paintballs, and they, like, paintball them. And he's like, I left my spell book, and it appears beside them. He's like, dude, this is so cool. Where'd you get it? He's like, I think I bought it on Amazon.
That's amazing.
It's great. It's a really good movie. Yeah. Where are we at? Because it's that time.
Okay. Who... Kiss, are you right or left-handed?
Right-handed. My sister's left-handed. I told her she was evil when she was younger.
Did you mean it? Were you just messing with her?
Oh, no, I meant it.
Well, it's funny you bring that up.
That's exactly why I said it.
I know, I'm left-handed, and I believe, Timeless, you're left-handed too, aren't you?
Evil.
Well, I mean, I know I'm evil, but you don't have to compliment. The whole thing of the reason that left-handed people, using the left hand was considered evil, is purely based on a word, and that's the only reason. There was no basis for it whatsoever. Just that the word that was used to describe left-handed people comes from the word sinister. But to that end, people would actually train themselves to actually stop using their left hand because they didn't want to be killed for using their left hand.
Not only that, a lot of, up until, like, my mom said she remembered this happening when she was in school, because she was obviously in
A Catholic school.
Thank you. They would, if they saw you writing with your left hand, they would smack you with a ruler.
Oh yeah,
I've heard of that happening.
I've heard of that happening too.
Yep.
I got lucky that never happened to me. But yeah, I've heard of that.
Fucking weirdest with your left-handedness.
I went to public school, so it wasn't an issue.
I did too.
That's true.
I went to a public private school. It was public, but it was like, it was a rich school.
It's just also really hard to tell or to know what historical figures are or were left-handed because of that.
That's true.
We know of one being Michelangelo.
Oh yeah.
He trained himself to paint with his right hand, I think to draw with his right hand, to do everything with his right hand. With his art.
Brian, I say it that way because it was always a big joke here, because we have the Pittsburgh public schools, but North Hills was a public school, but they were not considered a Pittsburgh public school, even though they were in Pittsburgh. That it's a joke that they're a public private school. That was the joke. Fun fact, they overlooked the high drug usage because we also had really high test scores.
Of course.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And now we're coming to the part that is so entertaining. Since we were talking about Michelangelo. The basis for modern day Jesus, the dark-haired, fair-skinned, blue-eyed man, high on drugs and high on scores. My school district just has a high pregnancy rate.
Ours did after I left. There's a school that's near me now because I'm nowhere close to there anymore. But they had to put a daycare in the junior high because so many girls were pregnant.
Oh,
Yikes!
They're failing.
yikes
They're
is
that
right.
bad.
Big yikes.
Yikes, right. So on the topic of Michelangelo and Da Vinci, who was also left-handed, the modern day of Jesus comes from their individual lovers. It is based on their individual lovers because they painted them both as Jesus. In Leonardo da Vinci's case, it's Cesare Borgia of the Borgia family, and the whose father was the Pope at one point. Pope Alexander, I believe, his father. And then in Michelangelo's case, it was Tommaso de Cavalieri. Probably that a little bit. But, so our modern day version of Jesus is based on pictures of their former lover. Of men that they had in their bed at one point. So, when you look, so the next time you look at a picture of Jesus, just think about the fact that he was probably bent over something by a painter at one point. Vulgar as that sounds,
It's true.
It's still true.
My stepdad gets very upset when he sees portraits of Jesus that are white. I die every time. Every time we talk about it.
Hashtag gay sex for Jesus. Exactly.
My favorite thing is when people think that Ewan McGregor's Obi-Wan Kenobi is a depiction of Jesus.
Yeah.
I can't with people.
But it's so funny to think that he's such a good stand-in for it. But I mean, we all know that Jesus was not white.
Middle Eastern.
The man lived in the fucking desert.
Yeah.
The real miracle would have been if he was white.
Right? Could you imagine? Like,
you're talking about where you see sun 90% of the time, you're not gonna be white. Yeah. You're gonna be fairly dark skinned. You're not gonna look like a white boy.
yeah, this is a conversation we have a lot about Jesus and the Egyptians. It's all every time I'm there. Every time.
I mean, even Egyptians can be light skinned.
Don't tell him
They
that.
can.
Don't tell him that. A whole conversation I refuse to have again with him. I usually walk away when I hear it coming.
Well, no, I know. I'm just saying. Egyptians have a
Boy
variety
in the
of skin
desert.
too.
Oh my god.
My boy in the desert. Josh, no.
Josh just
But yeah,
lurking in the
he was-
shadows waiting for hashtags to put in.
He was an Arab. He was Arabic.
Yeah.
He was olive skinned. He would have had short hair. He would not have looked like the depictions that we have of him.
Does it make you think ever that, how they have their religion, but they really should be Christians because he came from there, but they don't?
And not really, because it's brother religion.
Situation
Anyway.
No, I feel like that should be it. I mean, I know Jerusalem and stuff. I know, I get it, but still. Speaking of, great movie. It's a horror movie. Everyone go watch Jerusalem. It's great. It's also
Never heard of it.
Also about, because it was like a B-rated fucking horror movie. It wasn't
That
bad.
was the best kind of horror movie.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't horrible. It's a shaky hand cam. In this case, shaky eyeglasses because
nice.
everything is from her Google glasses.
Oh, that sounds cool.
All right.
But her and her friends are going on vacation. I think they're going to Tel Aviv, and they meet a guy on a plane who's like, it's the holy holiday in Jerusalem. Come with me. And they go to Jerusalem, and it absolutely was a holy holiday. And fucking the apocalypse happens, and all these angels and Nephilim come out and start destroying the world. Good movie. It was actually decent.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah, highly recommend. I think it's on Netflix. But yeah, need to finish Kingdom of Heaven. I both got bored.
Whatever movies we've decided I need to add to the list. Let me know.
I forgot most of them
Meal
already.
list.
All right, our babe, write this down. Spaceballs, History of the World.
Spaceballs, History of the World, Blazing Saddles.
Blazing Saddles.
I think the Da Vinci Code.
Might as well put Inferno on there. Whatever one I just said. Jerusalem. Young Frankenstein is so good.
I love Young
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein.
Oh my god, I love Young Frankenstein. Dogma, put Dogma on there too. I can't type that fast.
Here, I got you.
I would type it, but my mic would pick it up, so I'm not going to.
Robin Hood Men. Yes, I was gonna just listen to it later. Like, oh right, Spaceball is such right. It's amazing. It's so good.
Robin Hood Men in Tights. Yeah, that was one.
Oh, Knights of Badassdom. Babe, can we watch that tonight? Because I really want to watch it now. I want to watch it. He's gonna tell me no. Watch Father's Day. What?
No.
No. No. Listen,
That
y'all
is
fuckers.
not
Y'all
a
fuckers
GSG movie.
made me sit through fucking Thanksgiving. I refuse.
I think that was all of them, right?
We'll watch Father's Day. Data can watch it too.
I think that was all of them, wasn't it?
I think so.
Yeah, Jerusalem is spelled
that
with
is-
a Jerusalem is spelled with a Z in this case, not an S for the movies for movie's sake.
Father's Day is not a movie night
That is not a movie night movie.
that we
I
watch
will
in
watch
our
that again.
community Discord.
I will watch that again, just not in GSG's Discord.
We need to get
Can't.
Kiss to watch it. And
Do I
Data.
have
I want to hear
to?
Data's reaction. Yeah.
He'll
I
heave.
won't.
He will literally
I-
heave.
Hey,
I-
Rockin'.
Will not make you sit through Mother's Day.
Have
I
you
regret
ever
spending
seen?
money on that.
Have you ever seen May? I know we're getting to movies now, but have you ever seen May? I don't remember very much of this movie. I was young, and no one should have ever let me watch it that young. It is about this girl, a very lonely girl. Like, she's a loner. She's very much doesn't talk to anybody, and she has this doll. She's very creepy. And anyway, she doesn't really talk to anybody. And then eventually she meets a guy, and he basically, I can't remember if he like rapes her or if he they have sex and he ghosts her. I'm pretty sure it's that way. I don't think he rapes her. I think he just ghosts her, and like she doesn't understand what happened, and she gets very upset because she like confronts him in public or something, and he totally like dismisses her and humiliates her. And she comes home and realizing her doll is her only friend, and she wants like a life-size doll. So she starts killing guys and makes her own doll, right? And this is the only part I really remember of the movie, but she basically makes this doll, and she realizes that her doll can't see her because she doesn't have eyes, so she starts crying about it. And then she fucking pokes out her own eyes with scissors and puts them on the doll, but obviously she can't see, so she can't sew them into the doll, so they kind of just roll off, which was really funny. But as she's crying on the doll's chest, the doll reaches over and pats her on the back, and then the movie ends.
Oh, that
Teeth!
sounds interesting.
Teeth is a great movie. Great fucking movie.
I haven't seen that
I
movie.
laughed so fucking hard. It's literally just about a girl who has teeth in her vagina.
Okay,
Dada
that's what I thought that
dada.
was.
It's hilarious. I mean, it makes it so basically they only come out if she feels uncomfortable. So like her first experience and blah 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 blah. Eventually, there's she starts killing boys basically with her vagina. But there's a point in the movie where she has sex with this dude because she wants to, like she likes him. And he like sits up and they're like talking afterwards, and he's like, "I can't believe that happened." She's like, "I can't believe you're alive."
That sounds amazing.
It's actually really good. If you ever see Nip Tuck, the son from Nip Tuck is in it. He plays her brother or stepbrother, which he knows, like, it's weird. Like, he knows something's weird with her because he tried to molest her in a pool when they were like 5, and he puts his fingers and he gets bit. So he like stays away from her and he hates her his entire life. He just knows. And then they have sex in the movie and she castrates him with her vagina. It's amazing.
Maybe don't do that then.
It's actually a really good, it's like a really good, like B-rated, what the fuck kind of movie is this?
You like it.
The dude from, isn't the dude from, I can't remember if it's him or not. Let me just check. I think y'all should know who this is, so let me just check real quick.
I agree with you though, Brian. I couldn't believe that I enjoyed Father's Day as much as I did, but I thought that movie was hilarious.
It is quite funny. Okay, no, it wasn't him. I'm just kidding.
I honestly thought Father's Day was hilarious.
Oh, can we put Donnie Darko and S. Darko on our list? Because I fucking love those movies. And plus Jasper
Never
Hales and
seen
S. Darko.
Darko.
It's not
I've
bad.
never-
It's not as good as Donnie, but it's still pretty good.
So I've never finished Donnie Darko.
Get out.
No. The last time I tried watching it, it was like 2 or 3 in the morning, and I fell asleep during it.
Terrible. Teeth was a terrifying movie. It's
I love
terrifying
how
to the men.
are like,
The men.
all the men are like, oh, that sounds scary, and all the women are like, fuck yeah.
It is not boring. You just don't appreciate the art of the movie.
I think that doesn't help that it wasn't God at the time. But yeah, it was like 4. It was like 2 or 3 in the morning.
Plus,
And
Patrick
we'd already been
Swayze is in the first one. Hello? He might be a pedophile, but he is in the first one.
And we'd already been watching stuff all day, but yeah, I've had.
That's the only like thing that I hated about Donnie Darko is that they painted Patrick Swayze as the pedophile in the movie, and it makes me mad because I love Patrick Swayze.
But yeah,
making movies is art. Writing is art. Writing of the script of the movie is art, Brian. See, Timeless is agreeing. Your wife is agreeing. Just because you can't appreciate it doesn't mean it's not there.
That's actually a discussion we're having in my history of art.
Oh, really?
Well, we haven't had this discussion past this. It's something that came up in the textbook of what's good, what's objectively good versus like your own opinion of, is this good and I just don't like it, or is this actually bad?
Yeah.
It didn't go into detail on it, but it's like a really good distinction.
You're one of the very few people that don't like Donnie Darko. It is an iconic movie. It literally basically has a cult following. There's something else you didn't like that I just couldn't understand. I was very confused why you couldn't like it. It made me sad inside, Brian. I might start writing books again. Do it. I always encourage writers.
I need to get back. So I'm at, speaking of writing, I say we, but I've been writing. We're at chapter 3, the second. We just started the second scene of chapter 3 in the book that we're writing.
Ooh.
And it's lots of fantasy not fantasy, but I guess it's urban fantasy. And it's just been fun writing at this.
Brian, just say you hate good movies. It's okay. We'll forgive you. It's okay. It's all right. I started editing the book that no one was ever going to read. Story, it's not really a book. This one's not a book. That Timeless has agreed to edit, but I'm afraid to share it to Timeless because she might look at me different.
I won't judge you.
I was gonna say, if you want a second round of editing, you can send it my way.
I don't know yet.
I'll do it. I'm not gonna judge.
Well, you definitely are, because I do need at least one editor. I let Data read a couple of chapters, just not the ones that I'm afraid of being judged on. There's only one chapter I'm kind of like about, because I didn't want to write it, but it was requested, so I did. It's literally an erotica, so a lot. There's a lot of sloppy vampire sex. It's literally all sloppy vampire sex.
Thanks for outing me, Brian.
But you'll show me first. You have seen it first. You were the first one who read it, other than people who don't know it's me. She read a thing about Voldemort and Harry Potter for like days. You're making her blush, Brian.
Okay, I wasn't into that Harry Potter Voldemort one. That one was weird.
Dude, give me anything with Draco Malfoy, and I'm there.
Harry was weird. That was one of those
weird.
ones that's like so absurd and ridiculous you can't look away.
That's weird. That is really weird.
So weird. You're making me relive this.
Thomas, the reason it's taking me so long is because I decided to change some characters, and I'm going back over the first 5 chapters. So that's what's taking me so long. I have to change names and shit.
Oh, okay.
Did Harry start? Oh my God! Stop it.
No.
Stop. I'm not reading that. Stop.
Don't.
Don't. Just don't. Don't look at it.
But that's not what happened.
You're ruining Harry Potter for me, okay? Data doesn't like Harry Potter, so that ruins it for me too.
That's illegal. Like, that's practically illegal for him. For Data specifically.
Right? He likes Lord of the Rings. I get that at least, I guess.
Yeah, but like, does he know where he lives?
Does he know where he lives? You're British. You have to like Harry Potter and tea. Why are you making up? You said it! I must not tell lies. Probably don't even get that fucking reference.
He doesn't have to love it. He just can't dislike it.
Yeah. It's okay. No, that's
reasonable.
no, it's not.
I'll allow it.
No, I won't. The books are better. The movies sucked. The last couple movies were so bad because they couldn't fit everything into the movies that it was just like it didn't make any sense.
Wait, I'm not say what I was gonna say. I would watch a Harry Potter TV show that included everything.
I would too. I think a lot of people who read the books, which is a huge fan base, would absolutely be in it and would watch it.
It would be interesting to see.
I think don't get me wrong, I think the cast did a great job for what they were given as scripts and stuff. But what they put in versus what actually makes sense didn't.
I think what I would like to see more, I would like to see more with the founders.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I mean, granted, I will also have an RP with the founders in the Harry Potter Discord.
I've been in the Discord, so I haven't made a character.
I was gonna say that kid still
needs in a long time.
That kid still needs to make a character for. Hint, hint.
That's because they didn't put everything in, Brian.
That's because you didn't read the books.
Yeah, my mom does that. My mom killed me. We went to see Order of the Phoenix, and she was like, it was so good, but I was like, they fucking left out so much shit. It doesn't make any sense. She's like, what do you mean? I'm like, I was a frustrated fan. Yeah.
Fun fact, J.K. Rowling's a Christian, and it's hilarious that a bunch of Christian people are against Harry Potter because J.K. Rowling's Christian.
Dana, are you going to do that when you're here? Are you going to just twerk yourself over under my arm? Did y'all know Chucky's getting his own show in the fall? Really? That's surprising. No, it doesn't. That doesn't surprise me at all. Does not surprise me at all. American Horror Story started last week. Can we talk about that? Whips out the singles for Brian. It did. They did 2 episodes of the double feature season.
Oh, fuck.
I have some issues. It was good. It was good. I actually was surprised. I have some issues, though. It's not really a spoiler because it's literally in the first episode. So there's these creatures, which everyone thought were sirens, but they're vampires, apparently. Yeah, so basically they go to this town in Cape Cod, and they see, like, these weird white pale people with sharp teeth walking around, and they get attacked. And the police kind of, like, obviously know what's going on. And it literally no season ties in except for in season 8, and you already watched those seasons, so calm down. And he meets these other 2 writers, and they give him this black pill, and they say, if you take it, your creative juices will start flowing, and you'll be really successful. He takes it, and then realizes that he's starting to crave blood, and they basically tell him, this drug depletes these 4 minerals in your blood, so you have to replenish it. You have to drink someone's blood, like, once a week. But they're, like, not normal vampires. They can walk in the sun. They obviously don't eat normal food, but they're like, they say, like, oh, we only do this in the winter. In the summer, we don't take it. We just do it in the winter. We come up. But they don't have fangs or anything. They have their teeth filed down by another, like, one of them. It's the weirdest shit there's so many plot holes. Macaulay Culkin, though, he looks so good for what the shit that he went through. Like, comparing him to a couple years ago when I saw him to now.
Macaulay Culkin is like,
oh my god, he looks so much better. He does really well. Yeah. So basically, you find out that the weird pale creatures walking around that attacked them are the people who took the pill that had no talent. They turn into these creatures. But if you have talent, as long as you take the pill and you drink blood, you'll always be successful. The fuck? Like, I'm a little about it because I don't know where it's going right now. But yeah, it's like a weird take on Gucci vampires. Yeah, it's weird.
That sounds
flowing juices. You say I do. Jazzy! Jazzy with the raid. What were you playing, Jazz? I didn't see. I didn't catch. What were you playing?
Phasmo.
Phasmo. Did you get scared? Did you cry? Did you get scared? That's not a command here.
That's in kisses.
That's
Straight.
mine. Hi. Hey, Jazzy. Stop it.
I just.
But yeah, so scary ass Phasmo. Did you scream, Jazz?
Did somebody clip it?
Yeah, did someone clip it? Hi, King Ben. But yeah, so I don't know how I feel about it, but interesting to see where they take it. A lot of people have compared this to the creator Ryan Murphy because he also has a house in Cape Cod and he also goes up there to the winners to write. So a lot of people are like, "Oh, he's talking about himself. Cool. Now we know why he's so successful." I about shit myself when I heard the new spirit. Isn't it great? It sounds amazing. I love it. Josh and Data also shit themselves when they heard the spirit box for the first time in the bathroom. They were just crouched in the bathroom, just hanging out. Phasmo did really great with her update. I'm very happy with it. I actually like playing it now. Jess said I couldn't be in her stream, so she had to do it once. We were talking to you for so long, then out of nowhere. That's what I was trying to tell Tom. It literally took you guys like a half an hour just sitting in the bathroom talking to get the spirit box evidence.
I was playing before we did the podcast. I played a game of Phasmo with Maddie because I bought it for her because she's a computer that can play it now. And it didn't. I mean, we were doing amateur, so I don't know if that has anything to do with it. But like, it didn't take long for the spirit box to.
It does. The harder the difficulty, the harder it is to get the evidence, and the faster they'll hunt you, and etc.
Yeah,
oh yeah.
So we both died.
I think they made the hunts a little easier, in my opinion. They made it harder and easier at the same time, like knowing where the ghost is, how close it is, etc. Hunts are scary. I don't think they're that scary. I mean, they're creepy, but I just don't get as scared as, yeah. I don't know. Phasmo doesn't like super scare me, but it's creepy. I bet I get scared more than Jazz.
I might stream it tomorrow, potentially.
Do it.
I also want to stream Apex tomorrow.
Oh my god. What?
I wanted to test out the uncanny thing that I put. And Apex is the only game that I have.
I was gonna say, so you're not participating in Day Off Twitch?
No. I want to stream, and Data raises some really good points of, like, it's, like, Twitch is aware of the issue, and there's not a whole lot that they can do.
I'm not participating either.
That's on you guys. That's completely your choice.
Yeah, because let's be honest, it's not going to do anything either. Because it's not going to make them do anything because they're already doing, they're already looking into things that they can. And again, Commander Root gets rid of like 40,000 bots. So if you're really concerned, they get rid of all the known bots that are right there.
They also,
that reminds me.
The problem with that is that Twitch had stopped that for a while. I don't know if it's still.
It's not. It still does it. I've literally seen people doing it all the time. Twitch more active on this than they were on the TMCA.
But something that would make more sense for them to do, and people were talking about this too, is that they should make it so you can't have more than 3, and I didn't even know you could have more than 1 account attached to an email.
I didn't know that, actually. I thought it was only 1.
But they should make it so you can't have more than 3 max accounts attached to one verified email. And, maybe they should, for a day, shut down sign-ups for Twitch. Just to make the process Just make the process harder for someone to make those bots.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think that will stop anybody. The people who are doing it that really want to do it just to be assholes are just going to do
But
it.
it would make it harder. And that's the important thing.
It heard at one point that when you block somebody or ban them from your channel or whatever, it bans their whole IP.
Yeah. It might at some point.
It would also make it harder for everyday people to sign up. That's true too.
Not okay, but it may make it harder for at first, but with as many bots as there are out there, they need to do something. And the growth that they would lose would be minimal.
I don't know. A lot of people are going to YouTube right now.
True.
Well, YouTube also doesn't have the same. I mean, they probably do. They do have the same.
YouTube has their own set of issues.
Yeah. But when people are seeing all of these hate raids, it doesn't exactly inspire confidence. Especially for marginal. Like that. Like this dude.
So, I'm using Commander Root to do the blocking things. Adding users to block list, over 446,000. Yeah. And that's on top of all of the ones that I've already blocked.
Right. Did Tim go to YouTube? Oh, yeah, he did. That's right.
That's the thing, is that these hate raids aren't exactly inspiring confidence. What?
Yeah, I do agree, though. I don't think there's much they can do. I mean, they're looking into it, but I don't think there's really much they can do without hurting themselves in the process.
Unfortunately, they may have to hurt their growth for a little while.
They probably won't.
Kingpin, we're talking about Twitch and hate raids and stuff now.
There's a lot of hate raids that are going around Twitch right now. So people want to take the day off Twitch tomorrow to show support about Twitch doing something about them. They're also moving into Discords now. We're pretty okay with ours, the way it's set up, but...
I will support whoever wants to take the day off Twitch tomorrow, but I am choosing to stream. Because I won't have time on Thursday.
Instagram have an issue also, and their infrastructure is far bigger than Twitch's, believe it or not. I do believe that, actually.
I get so many spam comments and messages
every time I post, literally every time I post, like within milliseconds, like, god damn.
Yeah,
because
like I'll post...
people are hateful little bitches.
Oh, it's not that for me. It's just like I'll post some, like a spray painting or dice or whatever, and I'll immediately get a post of, oh, go message this other Instagram person.
Yep.
Or I'll get the occasional email or DM of, hey, send this person a message. They want to collab with you, and their content is like leggings or something. I never got those leggings, by the way.
Never? Oh my god.
I even messaged them like, oh, we're doing a site update, and it's like, yeah, I don't believe you. I never got my $12 back either.
Jesus Christ.
But whatever. It's $12.
My mom gets scammed on Facebook a lot, and it kills me because I keep telling her to stop buying shit off Facebook ads because most of them are fake. She did indeed buy 2 things that were over $100 on Facebook, and when she emailed the person about to refund them within a half an hour because she found a different one on Amazon, the guy replied like, yeah, this is a scam. Like, this isn't even me. They got my email and used it to make this, and she couldn't get her money back. I think she did finally get it back, but yeah.
Brian lost, what, $40 from TikTok?
What did you order that was...
For the squirt gun?
Yeah.
Well,
Oh my god.
They advertised this really cool looking squirt gun. And...
A
Brandon
massive
ordered
dildo.
And it never showed up. And then he tried to email the guy. And it just kicked the email back.
Yep. We love tiki-taki. Yes, we do.
If I'm gonna order anything from TikTok or Facebook, like I will,
You
or
really-
Etsy.
Yeah, you
wherever, I
really
will
have to look
check
into it.
reviews first.
Yeah, you really have to look
Always.
into it. All right, I'm calling it. It's 11:30.
Yeah.
Who we rating?
Saw Penny's live, I think. She was.
Is Penny still alive?
Yeah, she's playing.
And that's why I don't bother with my. Kiss just puts me on hers. I do. Team H does have a TikTok though.
Go follow it.
Did you update? Did you post? No. Oh, you did? Oh, okay.
All right, what day are we doing our conspiracy theory episode?
No idea.
We picked either. Let me look at the calendar real quick. We picked the 19th or the 26th. Yeah, so one of those 2 days.
Didn't we? I feel like we said the 26th would be better.
I do look at my own TikTok. I
we
do look
should-
at TikTok. I do pay attention, but my For You page is full of shit, and I do like them when I see them, and then sometimes I go and like them. So fuck off, because I was the one. I do all the videos. So, what y'all do for your 100 followers? We didn't do one for GSG. I did a giveaway. I did a Steam card giveaway when I did
I'll do
mine.
one
I
for
don't
my
even think I did want anything for mine.
Don't look at my followers.
Data masturbated apparently.
Well, that's nice.
I know.
Good for him.
But yeah, so next month we're doing a conspiracy theory podcast. Boople is supposed to be one of our guests. We gotta talk to her, but yeah.
I will reach out to her.
Data will be here with me. I'm gonna put him right here. Right next to me. Right. I can't.
You like boys.
But yeah, so that one's gonna be fun and exciting.
And then October is mental health.
Actually, if we do it on the 26th, we might be able to have an earlier, start earlier and have it a little longer, because obviously we have a lot of conspiracy theories to talk about, because my mom should have Killian for my birthday.
Sweet.
So. Jerking off for subs. Oh my god. Oh, also, can we just real quick, since we were talking about streaming, guys, if you're an affiliate, or about to be an affiliate, read your fucking TOS, because y'all are pissing me off. Not you guys in general, but literally, just read your fucking TOS. Stop trying to get around the rules that you fucking signed in a contract. Stop it. Read your fucking TOS and follow it. It's there for a reason. You fucking signed it. Knock it the fuck off. I'm really tired of seeing you people go live on TikTok showing the same fucking shit that you show on Twitch. It's against TOS. Stop it. Stop playing DMCH songs. Stop playing copyrighted music. Stop it. And stop wondering why people are getting mad at you. Knock it the fuck off. Okay. I'm done. This shit pisses me off so bad. Also, if you guys didn't know, because I feel like a lot of you haven't seen this yet, taking shots and drinking for any kind of money, subs, biddies, donations, is against TOS. Don't do it. It's against TOS. Okay. Just your neighborhood. Stop it. Okay, I'm done. I'm done yelling at everybody.
We're gonna go raid Twisted Nixie.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, we're gonna raid.
Brian tried to post a link. Not on my screen.
Yeah,
We should just make him.
just
Just make him VIP.
it just starts.
or
I mean,
not.
go ahead. Make him VIP.
I don't know if we can.
Yeah, if you sign in, you can. You have to sign in to GSG.
Oh.
But we're gonna raid Twisted Nixie. She is one of the founders of GSG. She playing Phasmo, getting scared, or she does nothing. This is a big joke with me and Penny that she comes into games and then doesn't help progress the game. It drives me nuts, and I love her to death. She's become the van bitch.
But
Or-
Jasmine's
or-
the van.
Or she walks around just provoking ghosts and then laughing when we die. Nope, I'm brain dead. Do a giveaway. That's her charm. It is absolutely her charm. Put the question in Discord if you like, and myself. And yeah. I think I did a $10 giveaway, like, on whatever platform they were on. All right,
I
guys.
give away spray paintings that I make.
All right, guys. We're going to raid Miss Twisted Nixie, and we will see you guys either September 19th or 26th for the conspiracy theories. It will be on our socials when we are going to do it. And yeah. Well, Rockin', you gotta learn. That's part of being a streamer. Most, giveaways and fun stuffs. Research. I almost fucked that up. All right, guys. Say bye.
Bye.
Bye.